This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Ray Collins has the day off. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi for the latest update on Hurricane Irma. How's it looking, John?
Well, it's undergoing some fluctuations in intensity right now. It's going through what we call an eye wall replacement cycle, which is a standard thing for large hurricanes to do, and it does impact their intensity just a little bit. But there's no reason to think that this storm will not arrive in the state of Florida as potentially a Category 4 or stronger hurricane as we head into Saturday into Sunday. We're looking right now at the eye of the storm moving just to the south of the Bahama Island chain, producing massive amounts of wind and surge through parts of the Turks and Caicos and eventually into the upper Bahama Island chain. The 5 a.m. forecast from the Hurricane Center is little changed. A Category 4 storm moving by Sunday, early Sunday, into areas of South Florida, then up the spine of the state, rapidly decreasing in intensity as it moves up the spine of state, but still producing the potential for some very strong winds around here, as well as some potentially some heavy rainfall. We'll talk about that and the implications of the more westward track as we head into the rest of this morning. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at your first alert traffic this morning in Manatee County. Looks like there are some slowdowns on State Road 70 and 301. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Let's take a look at those maps, and we can see some slowdowns over towards the Bayfront. Also, Bee Ridge heading towards 41 and 41 heading north or southbound into South County. Looking pretty quiet throughout that area. 602 on your Friday. Developing overnight, an 8.1 earthquake struck off the coast of Mexico earlier this morning, killing at least 5 people. Rescues are already underway in parts of the country, with at least 5 confirmed dead so far. The quake was felt in Mexico City, shaking buildings and people running into the street. If confirmed at a magnitude 8.1, that quake would be larger in strength than the 1985 quake close to Mexico City that led to thousands of deaths. Now, a tsunami warning has been issued for Mexico and several surrounding countries, but there haven't been any warnings issued for the U.S. West Coast this morning. We'll have more on this developing story throughout the day right here on ABC 7. Meanwhile, Hurricane Irma is still slated to make a direct hit on Florida this weekend. The epic Category 5 storm could wreak havoc across the state as it hits Turks and Caicos today, then heads to the Bahamas. The catastrophic storm has killed at least 13 people in the Caribbean. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more on the devastation Irma has left behind and how Floridians are preparing for its arrival.
Hurricane Irma is the strongest storm to turn in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's plowing its way through the Caribbean.
It was the worst time in all my life, and I would not want to see another hurricane like this again.
With 175-mile-per-hour winds, Irma ravaged small northern Caribbean islands like St. Martin and Barbuda.
We were praying the whole time.
In Puerto Rico, the storm staying mostly offshore, but leaving nearly 1 million people without power. And it could take months before it's restored.
I'm very scared, so I'm just trying to get as far north as possible.
In Florida, the governor is stressing this could be a historic disaster, and residents should listen to mandatory evacuations.
Remember, Hurricane Andrew is one of the worst storms in the history of Florida. This storm is much worse.
There's still some uncertainty as to where this northward turn will occur, but everyone in South Florida should be preparing for the landfall of a potentially catastrophic major hurricane.
Thousands of evacuees are clogging highways, some lining up for miles trying to fuel up as gas stations run dry.
We're just trying to get out of harm's way.
Others are riding out the storm, stocking up on water, supplies, sandbags. While airports are still packed with people trying to get out of Dodge, major airlines canceling more than 4,000 flights in Irma's path.
Hurricane Irma is expected to cover the entire state of Florida, and the storm won't stop there. Current weather models have it heading up north toward the Carolinas. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Miami.
Well, this video was sent in from one of our viewers in Sarasota yesterday. Thousands have felt the wrath of Irma in the Caribbean, and this viewer's brother lives in the Virgin Islands. He sent this video of him riding out the Category 5 storm at his condo on the north side of the island. We're told he is doing all right this morning, but the storm has left his neighborhood with some extensive damage. Now, imagine going to work and being told to fly right through the center of a Category 5 hurricane. Well, that's the life of the hurricane hunters, and they're currently flying into 3 different storms right now. On a mission earlier this week into Irma, crews flew through 200 miles an hour winds for 2 miles. Once they reached the eye of the storm, they say it was very clear and beautiful. Lieutenant Colonel Sean Cross coordinates flight crews and missions from an Air Force base in Mississippi and also from a deployed location in the Caribbean, collecting critical storm data that could save lives.
We have a deployed location, which is an island of Curacao, just off of Venezuela. We have 3 aircraft there with about 60 people and maintenance personnel and parts, everything that it takes to sustain operations for an indefinite amount of time. They are currently flying Irma and Jose at the same time.
Starting tomorrow, the hurricane hunters will assume all operations of Irma as it approaches the U.S. And be prepared to lose power. That's the message from Florida Power and Light. The electric company, which supplies service to more than half of the state, issued that warning during a press conference yesterday. Company officials say they'll be taking their 2 nuclear plants offline prior to Irma's arrival, and that you should anticipate power line damage and outages from the winds associated with the storm.
Let me be clear. What we're talking about, if Irma comes on shore and makes a landfall the way we are fearing, we will not be talking just about a restoration, but rather a rebuild of our entire infrastructure. And that, again, could take weeks, if not longer.
FPL says customers can report outages using their mobile app, and they'll attempt to restore power during the storm in areas where wind speeds are less than 35 miles per hour. With so many people trying to evacuate the state, the availability of gas becoming a major concern. People are seeing long lines at the pump and higher prices, and some gas stations are even out of fuel across the state. In order to get more gas, all Florida ports are open and available to accept fuel shipments. Governor Rick Scott has waived restrictions and regulations to expedite those shipments. The same restrictions have been waived in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Alabama.
One of our top priorities right now is fuel availability. We know there are problems with supply at gas stations and are working around the clock to get fuel to you.
If you know you're going to a shelter, you're being asked to only buy the fuel that you need. That way, everyone who is leaving the area will be able to do so quickly and safely. And Florida orange growers are worried Hurricane Irma could push them to bankruptcy. The state's citrus industry is already in trouble thanks to a disease known as citrus greening. It's caused a 50% decline in the last 5 years, and insects spread that disease, leaving fruit green, bitter, and unusable. But experts say a direct hit from Hurricane Irma could cause a disastrous blow to the industry. According to statistics from the Florida Department of Citrus, not from concentrate orange juice prices have been steadily climbing and are already about $7.68 a gallon. And of course, there are always those willing to take advantage of an emergency and price gouge. The state's hotline has received thousands of phone calls in the last 2 days about inflated prices for food, water, and ice. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the hotline has never seen this much action. The majority of the calls have come from Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties.
The worst call I got today, this was the worst of the worst, was a 24-pack of 6-ounce bottles of water for $72. $72. I was in Jupiter today.
Wow, that is very pricey. If you see any evidence of price gouging, be sure to call the state's hotline at 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. Well, first responders and hospitals on the Suncoast are putting their hurricane action plans in place. Places like Sarasota Memorial Hospital are preparing to respond if Hurricane Irma brings high winds to Sarasota County. It could prevent firefighters and EMS from being able to respond to emergencies. And area hospitals like Sarasota Memorial are still debating whether or not to go into lockdown, which would mean keeping a team of doctors and nurses at the hospital, and visitors would be encouraged to stay home.
Because we're still taking people in, we're discouraging people from leaving, and if they could not visit, it makes it safer for the patient.
If the power goes out, there are 5 generators and 80,000 gallons of fuel ready to go at Sarasota Memorial. And lots of flights in and out of Florida continuing to be delayed or canceled because of Hurricane Irma. If you plan to fly out over the next couple of days, you should check with your airline to make sure there have not been any changes. As of right now, the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport says all flights are on schedule, but American Airlines has canceled all flights between Saturday at noon and Monday at 11 a.m. Elite Airways has also canceled flights on Sunday, and JetBlue, Delta, and Air Canada have not yet announced any flight changes. Certainly something you want to check on if you're looking to get out of the state.
Absolutely. You know, there's an old adage in the weather business and in emergency management that you hide from the water, but you shelter in place from the wind. Run from the water, hide from the wind.
Right.
And so in this case, if you are called on to evacuate, it'll be because any kind of potential flooding problems or because you live in a structure that could be compromised. But generally, if you can, you're advised to shelter in place, so we don't clog the roadway. So
definitely some great information
what
there.
we want to do. Forecast for you with the updated track in just a moment.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, your first alert traffic. In Suncoast, residents are still trying to get those last-minute supplies to prepare their house for Hurricane Irma. We'll take a look at what some homeowners are doing with time running out.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So today and tomorrow are going to be busy days on the Suncoast with people preparing and hopefully finishing up their preparations by the time we get to midday tomorrow, I would say, or at the latest tomorrow evening. Because tomorrow night, And through Sunday morning, we'll start to see the winds begin to increase significantly. And on Sunday, we have the potential of seeing perhaps even some hurricane force winds, depending on the actual track of the storm. 78 degrees, current air temperature, dew point the same. It's a humid start to the day. It'll be a warm and hot afternoon. Here we are in the state of Florida, and the forecast track from the Hurricane Center really kind of remains unaltered. Having moved through the Turks and Caicos, this large, massive Category 5 hurricane has undergone a little bit of minor weakening, as we probably are seeing an eye wall replacement cycle within the core of the storm. 155-mile-an-hour winds, now down 5 miles per hour since the last report, 2 a.m. But you know what? That really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It is very close to being a Category 5 storm and still capable of doing massive amounts of damage to the Bahama Island chain. Central pressure at 925 will likely see some fluctuations in intensity over the next probably 36 hours. But by the time it gets close to the southern tip of the state of Florida on Saturday, early in the morning on Saturday, we are looking at, or Sunday rather, we are looking at a Category 4 storm most likely. And then as it moves on shore, it's going to rapidly decrease in intensity. The reason for that is upper level winds and the friction with the ground surface. Then it moves toward the spine of the state, up towards the border with Georgia, and then further north. The forecast for this storm puts its maximum winds in our area most likely on Sunday, and then on Monday we'll start to see the winds begin to fade as we head through the day. So expect to see some tropical storm force winds, or perhaps even hurricane force winds. A lot depends on whether or not this center line track here, which I encourage you not to focus on too closely, moves a little bit closer to the west coast, because if it does, then we'll have a much bigger problem on our hands here and a much larger storm. If it tracks further toward the east coast, of course, the impacts will be less for us. Right now, storm surge does not appear to be a major problem for us, with the last computer runs of some of the slosh models from the National Hurricane Center. Puts our storm surge at around 2 feet or so, mostly from Venice southward. And there is a surge watch up, a hurricane surge watch up for areas from Venice southward along the coast through Charlotte County and into Lee County. And of course, the hurricane watch up for the entire area, including inland communities as well. The trough of low pressure expected to start lifting this storm northward on Saturday. That'll be a very important day for us as we monitor when this makes its exact turn toward the north. So today, put your personal plan of action into action and make sure that all of your preparations are completed as we head into tomorrow. The winds will start to pick up on Saturday night. A very well-defined eye to the storm, a massive storm, almost 400 miles wide. Its range of influence is large. But if you look at the hurricane force wind forecast, we're about in the 30 percentile range, a little higher than yesterday. But it's still the tropical storm force winds that have the greatest likelihood of impacting the Suncoast, 70% chance of that. And of course, rainfall is something we'll also watch. Along with landfalling hurricanes, we always watch for the possibility of tornadoes as well. This occurring mostly on Sunday and then into Monday. Then the rest of the week will be fine. We'll just be watching very carefully when it makes that right-hand turn on Saturday. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at your first alert traffic this morning, looks like there are some slowdowns on 64 as you're heading towards I-75 and State Road 70 and 301 heading northbound. As we head into Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns throughout the area on Bee Ridge, Clark Road, and Fruitville. Also towards the Bayfront, there has been some congestion in that direction. And as we head into South County, looks like heading northbound on Business 41, seeing some extra cars on the roadway at 619 this morning. Suncoast homeowners are continuing to get ready for Irma, and many are getting sandbags and hurricane shutters to be safe during the storm. Our Rick Adams has more on local preparation efforts.
Sandbags are the hot item here. County officials say more than 2,000 bags are going out every hour at this location in Newtown, which is one of 3 in Sarasota County. Jennifer Gaynor, seen here on the left, was getting help with the sandbags from her young daughter. She grabbed a bunch of bags to not only help to protect their home, but some businesses as well.
I think that with the path being over the entire state of Florida, that we need to take as much precaution as possible because we really don't know exactly where the storm's going to be going.
For longtime Sarasota homeowner George Reed, he's not taking any chances. He spent part of his Thursday making sure his hurricane shutters are in place and ready for Irma.
I think it's very important, particularly when you have enough time to prepare.
There are many different types of shutters you can get to protect your home at different price ranges, including the aluminum, which are the cheapest, plexiglass, and vinyl. Experts say if you're uncertain about how to put up hurricane shutters, have someone help.
Start early and don't wait until the last minute to try to find somebody to do it, try to line somebody up.
It's been very busy for workers who specialize in hurricane shutters. For some of the bigger homes, it can take all day long to get the shutters up.
This is actually our first one. After this one, we're going to go to another mansion to finish up finish the outside of the windows.
Whether it's the shutters or the sandbags, folks aren't messing around with the storm or their home. In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, despite all the warnings, many families plan on staying put in their Miami area homes while Hurricane Irma impacts Florida. We'll tell you what the American Red Cross says you can do to be prepared in an emergency when we come back.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Just a reminder, if you want to keep up to date on what we're doing here on Good Morning Suncoast, go follow our Facebook pages, John, my own, and Ray. We all have our own individual Facebook pages. You can keep up to date with what we're doing. John and I are also posting continuous information about Hurricane Irma, so make sure you go follow those pages and check that information out. It's 6:24 this morning, and as residents across the state prepare for Hurricane Irma, the Red Cross has valuable tips on how to protect your home and the best strategies for evacuating. ABC's Diane Macedo has details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, despite all the warnings about Hurricane Irma, Dr. Robert Malone hopes to ride out the storm in his Miami home, along with his mother, sister, and teenage nephew. The family says they've seen it all before.
We're inland, so we don't foresee that there will be any type of significant flooding.
With the storm expected to hit Miami directly, we had Roberto Baltodano of the American Red Cross check the Malone's emergency preparedness.
As far as windows is concerned, what we recommend is making sure they have shutters.
Baltodano also gave the Malones tips on assembling their emergency preparedness kit.
Having that gallon of water per person, per pet, per day. Making sure that you have non-perishable food.
And coming up at 7 a.m., David Muir and Amy Robach will be live from the storm zone. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
When I walked through a snowstorm for a cigarette, that's when I knew I had to quit, for real this time. That's why I'm using Nicorette.
Only Nicorette gum has patented dual-coated technology for great taste plus intense craving relief.
Every great why needs a great how.
Mom would always say you go to Burlington when you need a new coat.
I love the jewelry.
They have everything for the baby. Dresses,
shoes and socks,
sweaters, great fragrances.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost.
It's Burlington Coat Factory.
It's just Burlington.
Oh, Burlington.
Maria's always on the go, taking over 7,000 steps each day, and she does it in any shoes she wants, with lasting comfort. Only Dr. Scholl's stylish step has insoles that are clinically proven to provide all-day comfort. Dr. Scholl's, born to move.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. and services.com. ANDservices.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a strong message from Governor Rick Scott for those across Florida as the state braces for Hurricane Irma. Plus, Suncoast events are being canceled throughout the weekend as Irma closes in on our area. We'll have more on what's being rescheduled. And many questions remain on what to do if you're riding out the storm or evacuating. We've got answers right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Ray Collins has the day off. It is a busy day for our meteorologists here at ABC 7. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
I think it's going to be a busy day for everybody as they, finish up their preparations today and tomorrow for some increase in wind speeds on Sunday. I think wind speeds and the potential for some heavy rainfall with some embedded tornadoes probably our biggest risk. I don't think storm surge is going to be as big a problem potentially, so long as the forecast track from the Hurricane Center continues to keep that storm toward the center of the state or toward the east coast. But a little shift to the west has occurred with the last forecast track. You're looking at the center of the storm now moving south of the Bahama Island chains over very warm, low shear environment waters, and the potential for certainly at least maintaining its strength, if not increasing somewhat over the course of the next day or so. We look at 155-mile-an-hour winds with a forecast track that basically remains unchanged. What could happen is it could interact with Cuba a little bit more. If it did that, it would weaken, but the current intensity forecasts keep it as a Category 4, making landfall in the southern tip of the state, then working its way up the center of the state, as probably a Category 2 as it becomes parallel in latitude to our location. We'll talk more about the impacts of the storm for us coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at your traffic this morning. Looks like in Manatee County there are some slowdowns on 301 heading northbound, also 64 getting off of the interstate as we head into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns still going on over towards the Bayfront and Clark Road heading towards I-75. In South County, looking like there are some slowdowns heading northbound on Business 41. 6:32 on your Friday morning. Topping our news this half hour, as some South Sarasota County residents have already voluntarily evacuated ahead of Hurricane Irma, many are still trying to find the best way out to safety. Our Christopher Brantley has more.
In the event an evacuation is ordered, in Venice, these are going to be the most important signs. These letters are the different evacuation routes.
Familiarize yourself with what your letter is, and then that way, if your zone is called, then you know, you're not wondering what it is.
The signs can be found on most street corners, mostly attached to stop signs. For those worried they won't know if an evacuation is called, you can sign up for Code Red. It's an automated phone service by the City of Venice and Sarasota County. You'll need to sign up online, either at venicegov.com or scgov.net.
When a notice goes out, it doesn't go out once and it's never spoken of again, right? It's going to be, for hours, we're going to be talking about it on the radio, on TV, certainly on social media.
Sarasota County Emergency Management will make any evacuation orders. For those looking to leave, be warned, US 41 in Venice is under construction. While traffic has been flowing, it doesn't take much to cause a backup. River Road is a major evacuation route for much of South County, but it's only 2 lanes.
If we see a problem with congestion on regular roadways, the Sheriff's Office, Highway Patrol, and our law enforcement partners will initiate their traffic control points, move traffic faster.
EOC Manager Ed McCrane says any road that leads out should be considered an evacuation route. And there are many roads that lead to I-75. However, once you're on I-75, you're likely to hit traffic.
I-75 is going to be a problem as long as we have people evacuating from South Florida.
Navigation apps like Waze or Google Maps can be a big help in gauging time and finding alternate routes.
Fortunately, we have the technology of GPS, and I would recommend people use Waze and GPS if they have that capability.
Well, if you'd like to evacuate but do not have a way to get out of town safely, the state can actually help you. They have set up a transportation hotline. That number to call is 1-800-955-5504. There it is on your screen. If you call this number, the state will do what it can to help you get out of the area. Again, that number is 1-800-955-5504. Happening today, Manatee County is starting its voluntary evacuation for low-lying areas and mobile home residents. It begins this morning at 7 a.m. and people living in the county's evacuation level A, red-colored areas on the map near the coast, rivers, streams, and low-lying areas are welcome to leave, including people living in mobile homes. 5 emergency shelters will be open this afternoon starting at 4 p.m. in Manatee County. They are Myakka Elementary School, Braden River High, Manatee High, Mills Elementary in Palmetto, and Nolan Middle School in Lakewood Ranch. All of the shelters except Myakka Elementary are pet friendly. Nolan Middle is also a special needs shelter. And in Sarasota County, officials are planning a voluntary evacuation as well today for Zone A for the Barrier Islands and other areas known for flooding. Residents are encouraged to leave their evacuation zone and the location of open shelters nearest to their homes. And there will be more sandbags also available across the Suncoast today. In Manatee County, you can get sandbags at 4 locations from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Those include Buffalo Creek Park in Palmetto, Lakewood Ranch Park, Stormwater Ops in Bradenton, and the Rabonia Community Center in Palmetto. In Sarasota County, sandbags will also be available at 3 sites. They include Newtown Estates Park, Twin Lakes Park, and the South County Fleet Facility. Each household can get up to 15 bags while supplies last. As a Suncoast homeowner, you may have to make another major preparation for the storm, your pool. In order to cut down on damage and your time cleaning up after the storm, here are a few tips from the Florida Swimming Pool Association. Do not drain your pool. You may think this will help with possible flooding, but the case is that water in your pool can actually prevent cracking, lifting, and damage. You also do not need to lower the water level in your pool. It's recommended you superchlorinate or shock your pool before the storm and turn off the pool's electrical equipment at the circuit breaker beforehand. Lastly, bring inside all of your outside furniture. Those items can become missiles in strong winds. It's 6:36 this morning, and Governor Rick Scott is directing all public schools, state colleges, universities, and state offices to close today through Monday. This will ensure that there will be enough space available for sheltering and staging. Florida's public schools serve as a vital role for shelters for displaced residents and staging areas for hurricane recovery efforts. Also, Florida State, the University of Florida, and the University of South Florida and Miami have all canceled their scheduled games for Saturday. And starting today, Manatee County area transit bus and trolley services will be temporarily suspended. MCAT is suspending its fixed route buses, the Anna Maria Island Trolley and the Longboat Key Shuttle. Some buses, however, will be used for evacuating those on the special needs registry. The county has not yet decided how long those bus services will be suspended. And of course, lots of events being canceled due to the storm. There are 2 major ones we want to tell you about. The first one being the Sarasota Farmers Market. It will be closed this Saturday and will resume regular hours next Saturday, September 16th. Also, the Memorial Open House for the beloved Manatee Snooty is also being postponed. It was scheduled for this Sunday at South Florida Museum in Bradenton, but the open house will now take place Sunday, September 24th from noon until 5 p.m. For a full list of closures and cancellations, you can head over to our website at mysuncoast.com. And just a reminder, ABC7 will have continuous coverage of Hurricane Irma's track over the next couple of days right here on ABC7 as it gets closer to Florida. We also want to help make sure you and your family are prepared. That's why we'll be showing another presentation of our hour-long special called Surviving a Hurricane right here on ABC7 at 9 a.m. this morning. The program offers information about supply kits, shelters, evacuation routes, and so much more to get you ready for the storm. It will air later this morning, again at 9 o'clock. You can also catch it anytime that's convenient for you on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Definitely want to prepare for the best, or prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. Expect the best, prepare for the worst. And along those lines, today is the day that you want to put up your shutters if you have them, you know, get those put up and secured, and want to finish all of that up by tomorrow, probably afternoon at the latest, right, so that you can be safe inside your home when the winds start to arrive here on Sunday.
Certainly. All right, still ahead, your first alert traffic, and Netflix says 2 popular film franchises will be leaving their streaming service. We'll tell you why and where you can plan on streaming those fan favorites coming up next.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Okay, so today's the day that you're going to get in there and take care of all those preparations necessary to protect your home and your family. And you're going to put up your shutters. You're going to pick up those last-minute items from the store if you need. And then we're going to finish all that up by tomorrow morning or afternoon. And then we're going to hunker down, as they say. You're going to evacuate if required to do so, and if you are safe at home and feel comfortable, then you're going to stay there, and we're going to weather this storm out together. The forecast is going to go really day by day. An important day will be tomorrow evening when we notice exactly when the eye of the storm starts to lift north. That will give us a much better indication of the actual landfall site in the state of Florida and what our weather will be like as a consequence. 78 degrees, the current air temperature. Dew point is at 78 as well. 100% relative humidity, and I mention that because, as I know, a lot of people will be out there putting up their shutters today. Take care. It's going to be a hot day, and it's going to be very warm and muggy, making it feel like about 105 degrees this afternoon. So be careful, stay hydrated, take care of yourself. Irma has a forecast track as of 5 a.m. this morning with maximum sustained winds at 155 miles per hour, slightly less than 24 hours, than even at 2 a.m. this morning, actually. It's undergoing a kind of eye wall replacement cycle, which causes fluctuations in intensity. So we'll probably see it decrease a little bit, increase a little bit, decrease a little bit, increase a little bit over the course of the next 48 hours or so. However, it's moving over very warm waters on this forecast track, and there's no reason to expect any major decrease in intensity before it makes landfall in the southern tip of the state. Likely is a Category 2 storm with 150-mile-an-hour winds, or possibly even better than that. Then, as it moves up the spine of the state, according to this best forecast track from the Hurricane Center, we'll rapidly see a decrease in intensity as it lifts northward. And so the most likely type of winds that we will see around here beginning Saturday night through Sunday morning are strong tropical storm force winds or minimal hurricane force winds, which are certainly very survivable. This is not the kind of storm that passed through parts of Barbuda or St. Martin or areas today of the Turks and Caicos. However, there's still a lot of air in this forecast track, and actually the air goes from coast to coast. If it skirts up the west coast of the state in Gulf waters, this is potentially a much stronger storm. And that's why I say we prepare for the worst and expect the best. Prepare as if this were a Category 2 or 3 storm, possibly. Right now, with the forecast track given, and hopefully we'll verify, we're looking at not a big storm surge risk here locally. We're talking 2 feet or less is what the latest slosh models show, but we are under a storm surge watch, a new product from the National Hurricane Center this year, from Venice southward through Charlotte and Lee counties. If there's any change in this forecast track, certainly we could see a higher inundating storm surge. So we'll watch for that. And then as we head into Monday, we'll start to see the winds begin to decrease as the heaviest of the weather lifts northward. So high pressure, the dominant weather feature today, with a trough of low pressure to the north directing the motion of the storm south of the Bahama Island chain. If it gets closer to Cuba, we could see some decrease in intensity, but it likely won't be major decrease in intensity. So on Sunday, when you wake up Sunday morning, you can expect to see the onset of some stronger winds. Those will carry us through the afternoon and then into the evening. Anytime during the day, possibly some hurricane force winds lingering into Monday, when we'll start to see the strength of the storm decrease. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Taking a look at the roadways this morning, it looks like there are some congestion problems on 64 heading towards the interstate. Also, State Road 7301 looking not too bad if you're heading throughout that direction. And in Sarasota County, looks like there are some slowdowns on Clark and Bee Ridge as you head towards I-75. Also, a continuous problem going on towards the downtown Bayfront area. And as we head into South County, looks like it is pretty clear throughout that area at 646 this morning. In this hour's Health Smart, when you hear diet, you probably think about how it's good for your waistline, maybe even your heart. But new research hints at another surprising benefit. ABC's Janae Norman has more.
Coffee, acidic foods like tomatoes, and alcoholic drinks. Heartburn triggers in foods that just about everyone seems to eat. So they turn to antacids, even prescription drugs. Now, new research suggesting a possible solution to acid reflux, not from the medicine cabinet, but as close as your dinner table. Researchers at New York Medical College finding that a Mediterranean diet, a diet based on fruits and vegetables, fish, nuts, and olive oil that cardiologists recommend for heart health, combined with alkaline water, seems to be just as effective as popular heartburn drugs in treating severe acid reflux. Yes, the dietary tweak did just as much as the drugs when it came to diminishing heartburn symptoms. Important to note that this study was focusing only on individuals with severe reflux. For many, medications may still turn out to be the best option. Still, given that 60% of American adults have experienced some type of heartburn, it could be a helpful tip for those who want to have their goat cheese and eat it too. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
In entertainment news now, Disney has announced movies from its Star Wars and Marvel franchises will no longer be available on Netflix starting in 2019. The Hollywood Reporter says the Lucasfilm and Marvel movies will join other Disney releases on its own branded streaming service, which is planned to launch later that year. Netflix and Disney had originally agreed on a 3-year deal to stream content in 2016, and many hoped this would be the start of a long-time partnership between the two entertainment giants. Plus, a new album from the King of Pop will be released later this month. The Halloween-themed Michael Jackson album will feature some of your old favorites like Ghost, Torture, and Thriller, but it will also feature a mashup bonus track called Blood on the Dance Floor, Dangerous. In addition to downloading, streaming, and CD, the new album Scream will be released in glow-in-the-dark vinyl on September 29th. Interesting. Well, Hurricane Irma is putting a damper on a big concert scheduled here on the Suncoast. The Tony Bennett concert scheduled for tonight at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota has been postponed. The concert hall says a new performance for Mr. Bennett will be announced for a later date in 2018. Ticket holders can contact the box office for a refund or ticket exchange. Still ahead, we'll update your top headlines and we'll have the latest in your first alert traffic. And as the Sunshine State continues to brace for Hurricane Irma. Stay with us.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you could also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-620-2254. That's 1-800-620-2254.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back. We have a live look this morning from Sarasota High School where shelters will be opening up. That is one of the shelters for Sarasota County, so those will be opening up today. Also, Manatee County will be opening their shelters starting at 4 p.m. today. Both counties are under a state of emergency, so keep that in mind. And voluntary evacuations are in place for both counties. 6:53 this morning. Here are the top stories on the Suncoast today. Both Sarasota and Manatee counties have declared voluntary evacuations. Residents are encouraged to know their evacuation zone and the location of those open shelters nearest to their homes. Plus, Suncoast first responders and hospitals are also putting their hurricane action plans in place. Area hospitals like Sarasota Memorial are still debating whether or not to go into lockdown. And in both Manatee and Sarasota County, sandbags will be available today at numerous locations from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Be sure to go to mysuncoast.com to find those pickup locations closest to your home. And taking a look at our first alert traffic this morning in Manatee County, looks like State Road 70 heading in both directions, seeing an increase in traffic, and also 64. 301 seeing some congestion. As we head into Sarasota County, looks like there are some slowdowns heading northbound on Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road. Also 41 heading south. And in South County, looks like the congestion that was on the northbound lane on Business 41 has since cleared up. John?
So nice weather for us today. Here's the timeline. Let's go through it. We're looking at a decent day today, but afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and very warm, coming in the low 90s. And tomorrow, I think a pretty nice day as well. There may even be some fewer showers around because of the storm's sinking air starting to move into our area. Then Saturday night into Sunday morning, we start to see the winds begin to increase, and the onset of tropical storm force winds most likely by Sunday morning. Then as we head into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Monday day, our weather deteriorates. We see more showers and thunderstorms around. Some of them could contain tornadic activity, wind speeds, probably tropical storm force. However, it's certainly possible we could see hurricane force winds depending on the eventual track of the storm. Saturday night, we'll be watching that track very carefully to see when it turns northward. There's a couple of things I'd like to mention too. I know a lot of people will be engaged in, putting up their shutters and things today. We've got a good chance of showers and thunderstorms. So if you're out there in showers and thunderstorms, you don't want to be hanging onto an aluminum shutter. So just take a break when that storm hits. If you hear the thunder, you're in danger of being struck, and even more so if you're holding onto an aluminum shutter.
Of course.
And it's also going to be very hot with heat indexes up around 105. So allow yourself hydration time, breaks as you go through the day. Tomorrow is also another good day for preparations. Just want to finish it up by tomorrow evening.
All right, and there was another bit of information I wanted to share with people. Lots of people trying to figure out an evacuation plan or saying where they're going, and I had heard not to put that on social media because looters and thieves are smarter than we think, and if you put that information on social media, they may find out, so it's better to share with your family and friends and people you are close with instead.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. All right, well, you guys stay safe. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.